Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Becky etc. I hope you're all doing well. So in today's video I'm going to be talking about a recent report that suggests that record number of nurses are leaving the NHS in the UK, and I would be addressing what this means to you as an overseas nurse. So if you want to know more about this, why not watch the video to the end. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Becky etc. I hope you're doing well. So as I said in the introduction, I'm going to be talking about the record number of nurses leaving the NHS in the UK and what that means to you, and I'll talk about the reason why they are leaving. So if this is the first time you have come across my video, you are very welcome to this channel. My name is Becky etc. I was an overseas nurse, or I'm an overseas nurse who have relocated to the UK a few years ago. So I give tips and advice to other nurses who are planning to relocate to the UK to work as nurses. And I give you the truth, I tell you the good, and I tell you the difficulties. Anyway, without talking too much, I would like to say thank you to all of you who have subscribed to this channel and have been with me since I started this channel, and those of you who are just subscribing as well. So if this is the first time you've come across, remember to like, subscribe and share. So let's talk about the video now. So according to the, I've just read a report by the Nuffield Trust, and they've quoted that up to June this year, 2022, over 40,000 nurses have left the NHS in England. This is just England. And looking at Scotland, up to about March 2022, over 7,470 nurses have left in Scotland. I don't know about the record numbers in Wales, but anyway, what does that mean to you as an overseas nurse? So if you're an overseas nurse and you're planning to come to the UK and you have heard these numbers of nurses are leaving their jobs or active roles in the NHS in the UK, you'll be asking yourself, what does that mean to you? The positive is the fact that yes, the more nurses leave, the more opportunities would be there for you as an overseas nurse to fill in the role. Although they are recruiting nurses here in the UK or training nurses, it takes 3 years to train a nurse in the UK. So in the interim that we are struggling with shortage, it means there's the opportunity for you to relocate. What is the disadvantage of that? The disadvantage is the fact that most of the people who have left or are leaving are very experienced. They would have been the people who would be your mentors or preceptors. So that gap which is left will be difficult, or the knowledge gap which would be left by those leaving would be difficult to meet. Another negative is the fact that the more nurses leave, there's more shortage. So when you're working on the wards or you go on the wards, you realize that you are overworked. So these are the two negatives. So yes, there's a good positive that you get the chance to come, but the negatives are there, that there will be lack of experienced nurses in the system to support you, as well as you will feel overworked because of shortage on the wards. Now, what are the reasons why nurses are leaving the NHS in the UK? Before I go into this, just to clarify, for those of you who don't know the sectors that you work in when you come into the UK, there are two sectors: the NHS, which is hospitals or community NHS trusts who would be employing you from overseas, or you may work in care homes, which most often are privately owned. So I'm not talking about care homes, this is about NHS or hospitals. Anyway, so what are the reasons why most nurses are leaving the NHS? One of them actually, which is understandable, is retirement. Some people have retired not because they have reached the age of retirement. So the age of retirement for some of us would be 67 years before we can retire. However, as a nurse, I can decide to retire at the age of 60 if I like. I do flexible retirement whereby I can go back and work maybe 2 or 3 days in a week just to get body and soul going. most can actually, those who were in the very old NHS pension scheme could actually retire at 55, take their pension. But when you retire early in the UK, you cannot get your state pension until you reach the state pension age. So if I decide to retire at 60, the rest of the 7 years, I will not get my state pension until I reach that age, 67, before I can access my state pension. I can only access my NHS pension if I decide to retire at 60. So just to clarify that. Anyway, so some people retire because they get to their pension age, or they are not there yet, but they feel, I've had enough of this. I want to go away. I want flexibility. I want to come back, just do a couple of hours and go. Some decide to go and register on the bank and just work as bank nurses. Some go and register with agencies and just work as agency nurses whenever they want to. So one of the reasons people are leaving is because they've had enough and they just want to go away. And one of the ways, if they get to certain age, they can collect their NHS pension. Some of them decide to just do, retire. And that is one of the ways people are leaving. Another one is relocation. Let's say they're living in the UK and they got to the stage where they thought, what? I want to move somewhere else. The salary is not good. We're overstretched. We're overworking. I want to move to Australia. I want to move to USA, Dubai, or wherever. And then people decide to relocate and leave. Another reason why people are leaving is work-life balance, and also for their health, because they feel, in nursing, yes, it's 24/7 job, which means that you're working 12 hours. There are times, weekends you're working. There are times on Christmas days you haven't got that family time with your family, and some people find it difficult. And also some have little children, they're having difficulties. Some are working different shifts to their partners. They don't see each other very often, and they feel, what, how can I carry on like this for the rest of my life? So people decide, what, I want that work and life balance. So they find something else. Some don't completely leave the NHS. They decide to do bank and they work when they want to work. So that's another reason people are leaving. Another one is lack of opportunity. So that's my fourth point on the list. People are leaving because they feel there is lack of opportunities in the NHS. They are stuck on the same banding. There is no promotion, nothing like that. And they feel, what? I need to go somewhere. Some deciding to go and work in areas like, retail shops, and they feel they communicate better as nurses in such roles. And some of them actually, they pay them a bit even higher than nurses. So some decide to go into different areas. Some as well, once again, it's about incompatibility of their shifts with their partners or the relationships they are in, or family relationships, therefore they leave. Some are leaving as a result of poor pay. The salary currently, as we know, we have had a salary increase. I've done a video on the new NHS salary for 2022-23, and the starting salary for band 5s have just gone up to 27,000 and something per annum, which is not bad, but it's still, as compared to other countries, developed countries, the UK NHS nurses salary is still one of the lowest, I would say. Another reason people are leaving, which is the 7th on my list, is the fact that they have personal circumstances. Maybe you become unwell and you cannot work, or maybe your partner has moved to certain places and you have to move away with them. So some are leaving due to personal circumstances. Number 8 on the list is too much pressure. There's a lot of pressure in the NHS from managers, from everywhere. So some people are unable to cope with this amount of pressure, and they decide, what, enough is enough. Another reason, which is the 9th, is the workplace culture. In the NHS, the workplace culture, most places are okay or good. Some places the culture can be very, I don't know how to describe it, but the points under the workplace culture include issues around discrimination, issues around bullying and harassment, issues around abuse, not only from management but from colleagues as well. Yes, when I've been doing these videos, I have had people contacting me about, issues they're having about, being treated differently because of who they are, and even by colleagues and all that. So these things do happen. And if you're an overseas nurse and you're watching this video, I'm not scaring you, but this is the reality. This is the reason people are leaving. It's important for you to know about some of these things so that when you're here, you're well prepared when you arrive. So when you go to the work environment and you meet some of these things, you already know and you know how to manage it. I'm not saying it is like that everywhere, but these are some of the reasons that were cited on some of the research or reports that I have posted that I have seen, and I have heard people talk about this. So these are realities. These things happen wherever you move to. Even back home, wherever you're working, there is all these bullying, harassment and all that. But, it's important to know that's one of the reasons. The 10th on my leave, which actually could have been maybe the 3rd or 4th, is stress. I've always said in my videos, I've never known stress in my life until I moved to the UK. It is very stressful, especially in the work environment. You have stress in every location coming at you, but knowing about it makes you well prepared to face the situation. The stress could be reasons being shortage of staff on the ward, so you are pulled from this angle to that angle and you're all over the place. So basically I thought I should share this with you. Yes, I saw the reports. I saw this on the internet or on BBC as well, and I thought, okay, what is going on? Let me just have a look and also think about how this applies to you as an overseas nurse who is just planning to come over to the UK to work. What does that mean to you? And also to share with you the reasons why people are leaving the NHS in the UK. So it helps you to prepare well when you're coming, not to scare you, but to make you well prepared. It's like when you're here and you're working. It's not like back home where, it's a bit relaxed, and no, it is not relaxed at all. You have to work hard, you have to prepare. You're working in a different culture, you're coming to work in a different environment. They have their ways of doing things. You have to learn to adjust to the way they do things. That alone can cause a lot of stress. They do not understand your culture, so do you not understand their culture. So you have to come and learn. You cannot make them understand your culture, but you can sometimes teach people, or tell people why maybe you might have done something in a certain way. Anyway, without not talking too much, I'll end it here. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Remember to like, subscribe and share, and take care of yourselves, and I'll see you again. And once again, if you've not yet subscribed to this channel, remember to like, subscribe and share. Take care and bye-bye. I'll see you soon. Bye.